We all doing? Happy New Year. I hope you all had a wonderful celebration. And we're back again. Let's get right into it. Mubarak here with the daily market review. As you can see from yesterday, really we've been moving sideways, and there's really nothing that okay, yesterday we actually, oh, sorry, pardon. Yesterday we had a sweep of these lows, right, of this low right here, and then we started to push up. And as you can see on Euro USD, we're expecting some higher prices at least until here, right? So this is our first immediate target. So as I'm expecting some lower prices on the dollar, so I'm expecting some higher prices on Euro USD as well. Why is that? You can see from this swing low to this swing high, we remain bullish, and we've taken out this extreme liquidity low. And since then, you can see the bullish order flow has been holding, right? You can see right here and similar right here, right? So bullish order flow has been holding, and that basically means that we still expect further push into the highs, right? In a second. So for now, we're not looking for any short on Euro USD until at least we hit this liquidity high right here that we talked about, and then from there we could start to expect maybe some downside. But that's our immediate target. And how do we want to reach there? I spoke about this. I said, okay, so if we look at here, we have this area, this supply zone still in control, immediate control, as we had this sweep of the low, and then we started to push up. So what I was waiting for, or what I am still waiting for, is I want to push, then retracement, then we can start to see some further, right, some buys coming into the market. You don't have to rush it, because as you can see, you still have room to roam, right? There's still room to roam. This is our target, so you want that confirmation before we start to get into those long positions. Without that confirmation, we won't have a trade. Moving on, talking about the dollar. Honestly, as regards to the dollar, I spoke about it yesterday, and I said it remains a bit unclear. I'm not gonna lie, it remains a bit unclear, but you can see the immediate order flow, as we always follow, right? The immediate market structure and the immediate order flow, rather, and market structure, like that's what's king, right? Market structure is king, immediate order flow, and that shows us that we're pushing towards the downside. And since that is showing us that we're pushing towards the downside, we want to look for sales at the moment. Until this high goes, then we could start saying, okay, maybe we start looking for longs, this high rather. Right, until this goes, then we can start saying maybe we start looking for longs. As you can see, we came into here, then we grabbed this liquidity, swept it, and now we're starting to see some downward momentum. We still have this room, like this liquidity resting beneath here also, here also. So there's quite room, right, for this to drop at least quite some pips. So you just gotta wait for that to happen, as I would just be waiting for the dollar. Maybe we get a retracement into this area, or this area, and then from there we can start to see some downward momentum come back into the market to take out this ascending lows that we have right here. Moving on to gold. I mean, what else to say, guys? Just buy this. We could have found an entry right here yesterday. Yeah, putting your stop beneath here, right? Just stop coming beneath here, and you just found that entry right here, right? And targeting a new higher high on gold, a new all-time high on gold. So if you're in this, beautiful. I actually missed this. This happened at 11, so I missed this. I need to review that for myself, because I wasn't really on the market yesterday. Couldn't stay focused, so I need to review that. But the point I'm trying to make is, if you see a retracement, then you could look for further entry. You could look for an entry on gold, as you have here liquidity resting, you have here liquidity resting. So maybe we get that one push down, a little bit, maybe gives us an opportunity. I doubt it, but I mean, if gold is feeling generous, who are we not to take it? So if it comes down into this area, then we can look for those buys and then further and then move and then look for higher highs. I mean, sorry. Moving on to AU, guys. AU, I'm interested in. Let me clear up this chart. I don't know why it's this messy. Sorry, guys. It's always been this messy, anyways. So moving on to AU, guys. AU, we're still expecting higher prices on this pair, as our bias still remains the same. We still have all. Look at this highs that we're targeting. So I'm still looking for higher prices on this. If it comes and gives us a retracement into, we have this liquidity resting here. We could grab this liquidity and then we change character and we start to push up, because now this is our area of demand. And yeah, right here is our area of demand. But also you can see we have this low left behind, so it's still possible that we can come grab all of this and then start to push up. That's why we wait for that change of character before we look for those entries. Okay, and for GU, guys, GU, we spoke about this. GU honestly is bearish. Give me a second, I don't know why. Yeah, so GU is bearish. As you can see, you have here our swing high, swing low, retracement, swing high, swing low, and now we're retracing into premium price. And you could have just looked for sales from here, honestly, and then put your stop above this high and then target the new low. It's a possibility. It's a good trade. It's not a bad trade, but I would like to wait for a confirmation, and that confirmation comes in the form of a change of character, and which will come after we perhaps take out this low, and then I want the supply to start to show me, okay, now we're in control. Because if you look at this immediate order flow, you can see demand is still in control, so I want the demand level to break, then supplies, then we can say, okay, sellers stepping into the market, and then from there we can start to sell, right? Because look at this, we still have enough room, so don't be in a hurry. And similar with NU, but NU, not similar, rather, I'm looking for higher prices on NU, as we've discussed. I would like to see, you can see the arrow from yesterday that I drew here is still here, so I would like to see higher prices on NU, as this is now our demand level. But also I realized, okay, we could see some retracement, right? We could see some retracement as we left this low and this low behind, but I would like to see this higher prices on NU. That's what I'm anticipating at the moment on NU. Moving on to USD/JPY. For USD/JPY, honestly, I would say it's not the clearest pair at the moment. As you can see, we're moving sideways, so I would just like to stay away from this pair. And simple. And US30, wow, what can I say, guys? We never got the retracement from the trend line. It was enough, and the trend line traders pushed it, and that's it. Now we're looking for retracement into where? Into this demand level. Where's our demand level? Right here. This is our sell before the buy up, right? This entire box, right? So from inside here, you could start looking for those retracements. We have liquidity resting here, so maybe we grab this liquidity, and then from there we could start looking for those longs on US30. Moving on to US oil. Honestly, not quite clear. I'm not gonna lie. I would like higher prices on this. As we're still in a downtrend, but I would like higher prices. And the thing is, if we look at the higher time frame, you can see we've swept this low, and due to the situation with Venezuela, and we don't know what's gonna happen and all of that, so still cautious on oil. So let's see what wants to happen. If it gets clearer, then we can start looking for further positions, but at the moment there's nothing really in here for me. USD CHF, similar. Honestly, it's unclear. Yes, we're in a range, as I've spoken. We're still we're in a downtrend, and now we're moving sideways, and now you can just see we're just being choppy, and I would just rather stay away from this and try to do any guesswork. USD card, we missed this yesterday. We didn't talk about this yesterday, but you can see on USD card we have this immediate order flow to the downside. We had this push up, right? And then we started to break the lows, started to take the lows. Yes, it's getting more and more risky to take those short positions, but I still like this ascending lows rather. So I would be looking for short positions from inside here and then to take it to the downside. Yes, if we go to the lower time frame, you can see you could have gotten into a position, right, as this is our low, this is now our high, right? So we broke this low. So inside here you could have gotten into a position if you wish, and then I would rather you put your stop above here, right, above here, because for me, once we break here, then I would change my bias to looking for longs. But anything here, because we have this liquidity resting here, so don't put your stop above here because look at this liquidity point resting here. So this would be where the trade will be invalid. So if you're looking for any position, you could enter a position, but if you're looking for any position, make sure your stop is above here, right? Your stop is above here. So that would give you a safety net, a larger safety net. You get what I mean? And then finally, silver, guys, just buy silver. That's all I can say. We have our demand level right here, and you can see we grabbed liquidity to our left, and now we started to push up. And once this was the break of fractal structure retracement, and you could have just looked for those longs to take it to a new higher high. So I would just be looking for a retracement, and then from there we could maybe look for another entry. We have liquidity resting here and then liquidity resting here. All right, guys, thank you for your time. I wish you a wonderful trading day.